Hello YouTube, welcome back to my garage. So this is my official walk around video for my 2000 Hummer H1 soft top. So it's time to sell this because I'm looking into retiring, and unfortunately I have to sell this to be able to pull off retirement of some kind. So there it is. But I've owned this truck about 6 years, and during that time I have gone through this truck bumper to bumper. I mean, the only thing original on the chassis on this truck is the steering box, and it wasn't leaking. It works great. There's no issues with it. So far I've left it alone. Everything under this truck has been replaced, all the way from the differentials to the springs to the shocks to the ball joints, the steering linkage, the drive shafts, the fuel tanks. I mean, you name it, everything under there has been replaced. And of course it has the LBZ Duramax with the Allison 6-speed stage 4 and switchable 2.4 transfer case, as done by Predator Motorsports out in Vista, California. And they did a really nice job of putting that in here. And then I sent it back out sometime later, and we got the upgrade for the Stealth 64 bearing turbo, and we also did a 5 DSP tune. So that is selectable from inside. Now this is a fully deleted LBZ Duramax. There is no DPF, there is no catalytic converter, there isn't anything. And Predator custom wrote a tune for this truck, which most people, if you have a deleted Duramax, no one will touch it. But they did a nice job of doing that custom written DSP tune, and Tommy out there in Vista is amazing. So tell you a little bit about the truck. So you can tell from the list of things I have in my description down below, there are a ton of Predator accessories on this truck, starting with the D-ring brush guard, the front winch bumper, which has a Smittybilt 12K XRC winch inside, and synthetic rope, and factory 55 ultra hook, and got a lot of rigid lighting on the front of this truck. Some of the custom touches are right here. This grill is a one-off. It is the only one like it on the planet, because I only made one. Nice thing about this is all the studs are welded to the back side. It's powder coated. I know there's a company out there that sells these, but this is a lot different. And this is cleaned up with all the weak spots have been taken out. It was made more symmetrical. You don't have stars that are cut in half. And so we re-engineered this thing, and turned out really good. Another custom touch you will not find anywhere on the planet is this fresh air intake right here. This was machined out of 1/4-inch plate, and it gets rid of that little stock wraparound piece of sheet metal they have here, and gives it a nice touch. It's got a couple of water spots in it, rub right out. But anyway, this is the only one like it you will ever see anywhere else. So going around the front here, we've got custom made braided CTIS lines, and those were made for the 20-inch fuel wheels. And then got the heavy duty springs on the front. All the portal hubs have been gone through completely, so they have been 100% rebuilt, all 4 corners. And got the Vision X halo LED lighting up front, DOT approved. And then coming down the side here, we've got the Predator side steps here, the full ones that go all the way underneath the truck. And then in the back, I've got a modified Titan spare tire carrier. This was actually mounted on an old spindle, and it was a custom machined part that went up on top of the tire mount, and it does not rattle or move. It doesn't go anywhere. This thing is solid. And then here is the setup for my CO2 controller for the ARB lockers. And down inside there is a Durali transmission cooler, which normally Predator puts them under the frame, but there's not a lot of room down there, and they're really subject to a lot of debris and damage and a lot of heat next to the exhaust pipe. So getting it up under here, make sure your train is going to run nice and cool. Got a newer soft top from Rubber Ducks, got the tinted rear curtain, got the Predator LED tail lights, Predator rear bumper, winch bumper, again with the same 12K winch, and synthetic rope. And here's a nice little touch here. Found a way to modify this little military cannon plug here, and you unscrew that, and your winch connector is right there. So Smittybilt doesn't give you a lot of options for remote mounting the winch controller, but I think this gives it a nice little touch, gives a little bit of a military feel to it. And was able to find one of these. If anybody has a Hummer, you know that these things are impossible to find, but I found a brand new one. So down inside here, there's a hole behind here where you can shift your winch into neutral, but you got to get this license plate bracket off. This license plate bracket it's LED lit, it's on magnets, it's a 300-pound pull to get this thing off of here. You pretty much need a little tool to get that off, but once you take this off, there's a quick connector inside there, and I didn't want to drill holes in a brand new bumper, so I came up with that idea. Got this custom 1/2-inch thick top plate here, rhino lined, which is a little bit different than the plate that it comes with. Up here you got your full-size spare, so we got a little spike detail up there, and made some plates to go up inside there for the holding that thing down. Again, on the back, lots of rigid lighting, and then up here in the center you've got your rear view camera, which is in that solid billet machined housing that sits up there is powder coated. Keep that camera protected, and that goes to the digital rear view mirror. And then got rigid lighting on the sides here, along with the oval running lights. Got amber in the front, red in the back, and then got some nice little labels on the fuel tank there. All the haters out there can comment on that. And then I got the updated mirrors. All the glass is new, all the regulators are new. The mirrors are new, put those on shortly after I got it. All brand new powder coated hinges. If you've got a Hummer that rattles a lot going down the road, look into your hinges. And in my video down below, I've got links to a ton of my YouTube videos, even the one that the Predator guys did when they got it back got the turbo installed. So let's open up the doors and see what the inside looks like. So here on the inside, so I have been a machinist for about 40 years, and prototype machinist, not CNC. So everything I do is manual mill, manual lathe. And there are over 100 pieces inside this truck that were custom machined. Everything from these extremely solid O-ring mounted cup holders. These are just solid billet machined. There's a piece of felt down inside. The bottom comes off if you have to. It drops back in there, and if you had to clean it out or something. But that is a solid cup holder. Here you have an accessory plate. There's a ton of 1/4-20 holes drilled and tapped into this, so you can mount anything you want. You can do a laptop mount, you can do a iPad mount, camera mount, anything you want on there. Same thing up here. You've got a 1/4-20 plate up here. Underneath you got 12 volt, and then in here you got a voltage meter. You got some USB ports. Again, with the cup holders, they do lift out. If you had to take them out, they do come out. You've got a 3/8 thick machined glove box here. It's got a combination, resettable, and that's better than that plastic one they always come with. And then I had somebody machine the Hummer logo in for me, because that was some CNC work that I couldn't do myself. All the shifter bezels, the switch plates, the radial AC with the updated AC controls. You've got all your gauge holders and everything, all billet machined, and then your vent cover, sorry folks. And then even up here you've got your nice billet machine grab handles, super rigid, nicer than those plastic straps that used to be on there. And then some custom machined carbon fiber sun visors, and they are tension controlled, so you can set those anywhere you want. Also on the inside is a custom speaker box in the back. You've got some JBL components in the back there, and then under the seat here you've got a Rockford Fosgate powered subwoofer down there, and this thing thumps pretty good. And same thing up front, you've got the same JBL speakers down here in the kick well, but the tweeters are mounted up here on the top where you can actually hear them. So the sound system sounds really good. You've got a Rockford Fosgate controller right there for your subwoofer output. And then down here on this knob right here, you've got your 5 DSP tune. You can dial it mild to wild, whatever you want. That's mounted in there. This is a Dakota Digital CTIS gauge. Really nice and really accurate too. All the CTIS works great. Got an full autometer conversion. The speedometer was set at the factory by autometer to reflect the actual chassis mileage. And there's about 2,000 miles on the Duramax, and it's running super strong. Also on the inside, you've got a fully Raptor lined interior. All those gray pieces came out and they were redone in Raptor liner. You've got a Predator high-end carpet kit down here with some Lloyd's mats on top, and then you got brand new Trail Cat Corbeau Trail Cats that were restitched in leather, and they were nice enough to put the H1 logo in all the way around, so real comfortable seating. Did lose the armrests from the stock seats, but not a big deal, not too worried about that. And then the door panels were restitched in leather from here down. The kangaroo pockets are gone. Predator leather wrapped interior handles. And on the back here, I have a kind of a different take. It's a custom handle that I found. It was made to go in the back of a Bronco, but this little notch right here was instrumental in going around this bolster so it wouldn't hit. It was just a perfect setup. Went in really nice. And like I said, all the glasses have been replaced. It's tinted glass, it's not film. Brand new high torque regulators inside the doors. I've got a video on that you can watch it. The link should be down below in the description of this video. And here's another cool feature. So you get this nice little round bag here. Also the Predator cargo storage in the back. But right here you got this nice little round bag. Got a little zipper pocket on it. Opens up. And if you're going somewhere with the house, you've got a Momo steering wheel with an NRG quick disconnect hub on it. So like it says in the description, you can't steal it if you can't steer it. And put it back on, you just put it on, find the location, and you're locked back on and you're ready to go. So you can take that with you when you're going into the office or away for a while where you have to leave the thing somewhere, which is not something you probably want to do. But anyway, that's about the interior. So let's get the hood opened up and check out the motor. I mentioned before I open this hood up, when I talked about refinements, when Predator put the D-ring brush guard on, you get it back and you get the pins in here and you just pull the pins and open it up. Usually you have to fight those pins pretty good, but I've got this thing fine-tuned so well, if you get a pin that comes out like that, that is amazing. That's usually you have to crank and pull because they don't always get that lined up where it's supposed to be. So that is a real nice feature there, is not having to fight that pin to get it out. So this is the engine compartment with the LBZ Duramax. Now with the Stealth 64 bearing turbo we put on this, all the ARB studs, main studs, head studs, exhaust studs, some other nice features with the tune. We're probably a little bit over 600 horsepower, unsubstantiated, but with the math, this thing is not slow. It will keep up in traffic, and I have run this thing down the freeway at 85 miles an hour, and it's not even working hard. So you've got the upgraded cooling stack up front, which aids in keeping this thing cooled down. It's running between 185 and 190 degrees on most days, even on the freeway. You've got the rubber duck gas strut here to hold your hood up. Really nice feature. This is a custom machine plate right here. I did delete the windshield washer reservoir in lieu of this, because when Predator did the Duramax, they mount the computer right up here, right up in your face, and it's just got wires and stuff coming off everywhere. So I decided to put it inside here, and then the transmission controller is mounted down below that. So this plate right here, you take these 4 screws out, this cover lifts off. These relay boxes are for all of the LED lighting around the truck. So convenient, easy to get to. And this is a step point. You can actually put weight on this, because normally, if you know with the H1, you can't step on anything inside the engine compartment, but you can actually put weight on here if you had to lean over and work on something, or put your knee on there and a pad or something. And then CTIS system works flawlessly. And I've got the vents for the ARB lockers. There's one here. The one in the back is tucked way up under the fender. Can't really see it, but there's a video in there about me installing the vents in the new ARB lockers with the brand new differentials that are in there. So other than that, everything works fantastic. Not too much else I can say about here, except it is super clean. And if you look under this thing, I drove it this morning, went for a ride, and this truck does not leak a drop of anything, nothing. So find that in an H1. But anyway, so that's the motor, and What else I got here that I did? I can't think of anything right now, but anyway, so that's the motor, and let's look at the rest of the video. The biggie that I forgot to talk about is this truck has had a full ABS delete. That means the ABS system is 100% gone. So the reason I took it out was a couple different things. It used to have a computer. There used to be a computer mounted right here inside the windshield washer tank. Those computers are impossible to find. Now, the system that was in this truck worked great. There's a modulator, which is actually the same modulator that goes into a Range Rover Discovery. Used to be mounted down here alongside the motor. And then you had all the brake lines coming up, and then you had the computer sitting right here. If that computer goes bad, I think if you find them, you are going to spend no less than $8,000 or $9,000 for that computer, and they are not repairable. The modulators down there are repairable, but the whole thing didn't work, you know, very well anyway. It did have the TT4 system incorporated into it, which basically means that the computer controlled the slippage of the wheels. So the problem with the TT4 system is it doesn't engage until after one of your wheels starts slipping. I mean, once a wheel goes around like 2 times with no traction, it will engage the brakes on that corner and it will give you traction on the other side. So the TT4 system is, you know, Hummer is known for it, but the downside is, what people don't realize is it doesn't work until after you get stuck. So all of that was completely removed. So the computer is gone, the modulator is gone. This is a brand new master cylinder here, proportioning valve. The entire Hydro Boost system was replaced. All new hard stainless lines, all the way from the master cylinder, all the way out to every corner was replaced. And then the repair or the replace for that was the ARB lockers. The nice thing about the ARB lockers is you can engage them before you get stuck, not after. You're not relying on the computer to get you out of a hole. So being able to engage the front and rear lockers at any time you want means you won't be stuck in the hole to begin with. So anyway, that was all upgraded, works fantastic. And these are essentially all parts out of a 98, all the way from the master cylinder all the way out to the brake calipers, and it's all been done. And it was all done when the body was off, and this was out at Predator, so it was real easy to get to everything. So another nice upgrade. You never have to worry about the ABS system dying in this truck. Okay, we are back inside the truck, and we're going to go ahead and fire it up. So this is the AutoVox digital rearview mirror, and then this is your Edge CTS3 here, which is great for monitoring your PIDs and doing a host of other things. So once you get going, you can monitor everything on this engine. And what's nice, it gives you diagnostics on board. If you ever happen to get a code or something, you could actually clear it right here while you're driving. And another nice feature of this is the ARB lockers. I ran out of switches down here on the panel, and there wasn't really room to get any more switches back in. So the nice thing about these Edges, if you swipe right, you've got front locker and you got rear locker. So once you open up your CO2 tank, you can just hit those buttons right there and your lockers are engaged. What's nice about these is they're out of the way. You don't accidentally hit them and turn them on by mistake. So you can also monitor some of your PIDs up here while you're in your switch mode. And these are all programmable. You can make them anything you want. And then your rear view mirror, let me turn this light off here real quick. So this actually, if you push it and hold it, you have a compass right here. You have a GPS speedometer, which there is a GPS unit up inside here. And then you also have, if you swipe right, you also have grid lines. You can wire this up to your backup switch, but these switch lines, they're movable. You can rearrange them and put them anywhere you want to set for your track, which is kind of cool. So down here you've got the you got the 5 DSP tune down inside here. So there's your 5 settings, mild to wild. This is your Dakota Digital front and rear CTIS system. A lot easier to see than looking at those little pointy gauges, and then of course all the odometer gauges. This speedometer, I'm right at 77,777 miles, which is weird. But this speedometer was programmed at the factory before they shipped it to me with the accurate chassis mileage on this truck. And there's about 2,000 miles on the Duramax, probably a lot less actually. But I did a lot of this stuff along the way. So you got your good oil pressure here and good voltage. This thing runs super cool. Going down the freeway and all over town. And that's about it for the inside. And got a nice sound system and updated AC controls. So that's about it for the inside. And another thing about this this S15 silver paint, they only made 15 of these in 2000 on the soft top. So kind of a unique color. I try to keep it looking as good as possible, but didn't want to change it with it being so rare, and not too many of those out there. And it's a really good color for this truck. So all right, let's get inside and go on to the next segment. To wrap this up, a couple other things I forgot to mention. The tubs on the left and right got a full Dynamat treatment. Everywhere you see in here, from here down across and back over, all the way from front all the way to the back, has completely been Dynamated after the old stuff has been scraped out of here. And I do have a video on that as well. Also, brand new glass on the windshields. It's not heated, but the connectors are still under the pillar right there. So if you ever wanted to put heated glass back in, switch is still there, relay is still there, everything is still there. So so I do have new glass all the way around. And also, I need to finish up one more project. So I have parts and powder coat right now, and this Pro Eagle Kratos jack, this 3.5 ton jack, will be mounted into the bed inside that carrier there on a full extension bearing slide. I'm waiting for my my bracket to come back from powder coat. It will bolt to the inner fender. When you drop the tailgate, the jack will slide out on a full extension, 250-pound slides, and it'll be a lot more easily accessible. So it was hard to find a place to put a jack in here. Right there, it actually fits perfectly. And then once it's installed, there's a really nice Pro Eagle snap cover that covers the whole thing up and keep it out of the weather and everything else. So yeah, that's it. And like I said, hate to see this thing go, but unfortunately I'm old. It's time to retire, and I need to find this beautiful truck a new home. All right, so another thing you get with this truck is you get a massive 3-ring binder of tons and tons and tons of documentation. Everything that was put into this truck, manuals, user information, installation stuff. There's a place back here with all the free decals that came with stuff. A lot of good information in here, and this entire build was well documented. You also get the original Hummer owner's manual, which ironically there's probably not too much original left on this truck, but you get the 2000 owner manual and all the other paperwork, maintenance book, all kinds of stuff that came with it. And then you get 2 full sets of keys with the remote fobs, and you even get a bunch of genuine H1 keys. These are really getting harder and harder to find anymore, but there's a bunch of blanks here. One's for the doors and one's for the ignition. So you can have the some of the original remake keys here, which is actually from Ford, but you can actually have these ground if you need more keys. Just use these as your you know, your master, and then you can have all these extra keys here to grind and make work. So there's that. And then also that turbo on that truck, you might not like it, so you get a couple of extra exhaust parts here. If you want to tone down the turbine sound, there is a straight through Jones turbine muffler here, which will dial down that high pitch wide considerably. And if you absolutely had to, when this came back from Predator, it had a cat in it. So you can take that cat and put it in if you're thinking you might absolutely have to have a catalytic converter. Now on a fully deleted motor, the cat's gonna help, but it's still, I don't know where you're going, where this truck's going, but I found a way around smog here in Phoenix, and maybe you can do it in your state too, but never have an issue with it. But anyway, that's it for the rest of the video on the truck. So let's get into the driving video.